Hey guys, it's your old pal Alice Cooper. Basically, this is Spooktacular. So you're gonna be seeing a bunch of horror movies that have a Halloween theme to it. Look for it all this month.
It's me, Alice Cooper. I don't really have a lot of time today. I just want to get into this movie review and just get it over with. This is the Shining review for the Shining. This is of course Spooktacular, so enjoy this movie review. Basically, there's not really a lot to talk about because it's a rated R movie, so I can't really get into a lot of detail. There's some content in it that might even be for an NC-17 movie, so I can't really talk about some of the scenes in it. There is this one part that I can talk about at the very beginning, where basically we get introduced to the writer and his family, and he takes the job as this nighttime and basically a whole basically he gets to spend a vacation as this hotel cabin whatever watcher. I'm not sure the name of it. There's this title for it that they called him when he took the job. I don't remember the actual name for it. But anyway, he takes the job and he sits down for his job interview before he moves in, and he talks to the guy, and he asked him. He tells this story about this family that got murdered years ago after the last guy that was there went crazy and killed his whole family. So, I can't get into all the detail about that. I can't really show any clips for obvious reasons. But anyway, basically it's against YouTube rules. Basically, he says that a weekend. I don't think that's going to be a problem with me. Up there with my family will be just what I needed. And he says that his wife is a confirmed horror fanatic, and so being up there with his family is just what he needs, because he needs to write his next book. He's a writer, and so he spends quite a bit of time alone typing on his little typewriter, and gets several pages written, and his wife comes in and she interrupts him, and he gets really upset at her, and he tears up a few of the pages, and he says it's going to be hard for him to get back to where he was because she keeps interrupting him, and so she says okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go check on Doc, and that's the nickname for their kid. They got this little kid that's got some major issues. We find out a little as they're really introduced to the family. The kid has got some issues. He has to go to a therapist because he's got this imaginary friend that lives inside of his mouth, and he has this does this thing with his finger, and Mrs. Torrance and all this other stuff. He's just a little creepy kid, and he rides around on this little toy thing, and he rides around, and there's a scene where these ladies, these little girls, these twin girls, are talking to him, and he goes, and they say, "Come play with us forever and ever." And ever. There's this other scene that probably ends up in a lot of your nightmares, and you have to discuss it with your. A lot of these scenes in the movie has parts in where you got to basically sit down and talk to your therapist about it. There is this one scene where the elevator opens up and there's blood dripping out of it, like gallons of it. And much later on, at some point in the movie, basically, there's this black guy that is like this assistant, you might say, and he bends down, he talks to Doc, and it turns out that he can hear what Doc is thinking through the Shining. And he asked him, "Would you like some ice cream, Doc?" And he grabs him by the hand and he says, "Ice cream it is." And I'm not sure, I think it's like vanilla or something like that. And they had this really large freezer that's basically every kind of food that they would want for several months, because it's cold, it's icy cold, and they're gonna get snowed in, because it's cold out there. So basically, they spend quite a while up there alone. Well, oddly enough, the character's name is Jack. The main character. He goes insane, and there's this one part where his wife has got this axe and he's swinging at him, and he goes, "I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in." After he has this discussion with this bartender that's like an imaginary, basically a ghost that convinces him to kill his family, and he has a drink, and because he's not allowed to drink, because there's no alcohol there, and the alcohol there makes him go crazy. So because there's no alcohol there, so no alcohol and no whatever makes him go crazy. And there's a scene that everybody knows about where the lady's in the bathroom and she's screaming, and the guy goes, little pigs, let me in, not by the hair and the chinny chin chin, so I'll huff and puff, and I'll blow your house in." And he takes his axe and he takes several swings on the door because it's locked. She's hiding in front of him, and he gets this really big opening in the middle of the door. Basically, takes his hand and he tries to open up the door, and the wife she cuts him with the axe, and after he said, "Here's Johnny," he's got his head shoved inside the crack. That's been parodied so many times, it's ridiculous. And she screams in terror, and she Jack pulls away, and she decides to go ahead and run away and go hide. And basically, Jack can't find her, and basically Doc is hiding too because he's crazy. He's gonna kill his his family. And Doc, he goes into this maze, and then we spent about 20 minutes of him hiding inside this maze, trying to run from his father, and Jack, he yells at his son, going, "Daddy, Daddy, I'm coming for you, Daddy." And after a while, he fails. He can't find Danny, and because it's a maze. Danny finds a way out of the maze and goes with his mom, and they ride off, safely, to their, because they want to get away from Jack. He's crazy, and he basically freezes to death outside of that maze. And it turns out that all this time, there's this haunting of the hotel, or whatever you want to call it, and there's this party that was was like celebrating several years ago, and Jack his face shows up inside the the cover of the party display, and the music comes up and roll credits. So basically, The Shining is a good movie.
The Shining is definitely worth buying on Blu-ray.
Is a good movie. You should definitely see it. It's a good movie, to watch for Halloween. It, has some scary scenes in it I can't talk about, like I said before, because, YouTube rules. You just need to look it up for yourself, because, anyway, just go ahead and, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up to support the channel, watch some more videos, and leave a comment below. Alright, well, I'll see you for my next movie review. I'm going to try to get these out of the way really quickly this month. They're going to get shorter and shorter. I haven't really decided how many I'm going to do yet. Maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 20. I haven't really decided yet because, there's 31 days of Halloween, so I'm, it's like, I don't know, it's like, a lot of people like to call theirs the 13 Days of Halloween, and there's even movies on TV that calls their events 13 Days of Halloween. Mine's going to be basically around 31 Days of Halloween. Spooktacular movie reviews. Anyway, I'll see you in my next review. Bye. Thank you for watching.